Alright, so you are welcome back to this session. We are continuing with our series on house wiring, conduit wiring method. So in the previous session, we got a drawing from the information we had from our client, what he wanted us to do, and then how he wanted the wiring to operate. From that information, we were able to create a plan, and from that plan, we can now have a clearer idea of the scope of work or what we are expected to do. So first of all, from the plan, we can now select the materials that we need for the work. In this project, because we are not using any special lighting, we need a lamp holder that will hold the lamps that we'll be using in the wiring. But in a proper conduit wiring, we need a box to mount all these lamp holders on. We call them circular boxes or round boxes. Okay, so this is an example of a circular box. Now, circular boxes come in different ways depending on where you want to place them in the wiring. And so we have one that comes with only one entrance. So this is a one-way circular box. Then we have this one that also comes with only two entrances. So this is a two-way circular box. Then we have this one. This is a three-way. And then we also have a four-way circular box. Alright. So the number of one ways that we need, the number of two ways that we need, the number of three ways that we need, the drawing is going to help us again to be able to identify the kind of circular boxes that we will need at every point. For instance, all the lamps have only one conduit route going to them. And so it means that we will only need a one-way circular box for all the four lights. Then if you also look at a part of the wiring where you have one line crossing the other, it means that you will have to place a four-way circular box at that point. We also have the switches that will be controlling the various lights in the wiring. We know that we will be needing certain types of switches because the switch that will help us to control the light in the sitting area from two different locations is obviously different from the switch in the washroom that will be controlling the washroom light from only one point. So at that point, we can use a one-gang, one-way switch, whereas for the lamp that will be controlled from two different entrances, you will need a two-way, one-gang switch. But then, in a wiring, we place all these switches on a box. There are different boxes that we can use. Some are metallic, some are plastic like this. But for what we are going to do, which is on the surface of the wall, we will need a box like this. This is a pattress box. It has a dimension, so you can decide to call it by the exact dimension in millimeters or centimeters, or normally we refer to this as a 3x3 pattress box. So we need this for all the switches that we will be installing in the wiring. And again, from the drawing we had, we realized that we'll be using 6 switches. And for each of those 6 switches, we will need a 3x3 box like this to accommodate the wires that will connect to each of those switches. Okay, so we would have 6 of these. And then aside that, from the same drawing, we also know that we are going to install 7 sockets in that wiring. Now, again, from the drawing, we easily know that we are going to use 13-amp double sockets. And so the box that we need should be the one that will be able to accommodate a 13-amp twin socket or 13-amp double socket. Then, for the lighting system, we need 1.5 cables. We need 1.5 cables. And then for the socket, we need 2.5 cables. For this project, we are using 20 millimeter pipe. Okay, so the diameter is 20 millimeters. There is another thing here. It's one important material that is also required, especially concealed conduit wiring. We apply it at the end of the conduit before we join it. We also need this to secure the pipes onto the wall. Okay, so this is a space bar saddle. We also have the half saddle. It looks like a clip that we use to clip the conduit to the wall. We also have the consumer unit, and this contains the protection devices for the whole installation. We will also be installing fans. So we have a fan regulator that will regulate the fans that we'll be installing. And then obviously we also need sockets, just as we saw in the drawing. There is also this thing that we may use to dress the cables in the consumer unit. So after wiring, we would like to make sure that the cables they appear nicely in the consumer unit. And then the screws that we use to secure the boxes, and then the main switch and the other accessories to the surface. Alright, so basically for this project that we are going to do, these are the materials that we need to do the work. So the same way, we'll be looking at the various tools that will be needed to do this particular work at hand. Alright, so thank you very much. Stay connected. See you in the next video.